forward. I think he's going to bring, obviously, a wealth of experience. It's going to be interesting to see how he adapts to this league, right? Because this league's extremely athletic. But I just think he's going to bring them a real good player. When they're under pressure, you can play into him the way you can play into Busquets. Mo, you played as a 6, you've played as a center back. When you have an outside back that is very good in possession and almost gives you an ace up your sleeve to get out of that pressure.
The other part that you wanted to add, or you were talking about it earlier, is his service.
Yep.
You referenced Joseph Martinez, having Tata back. How can he regain that form? Well, a big part of his success in Atlanta is he had Julian Gressel on one side, putting in balls for him to face on. Imagine Jordi Alba. Again, it'll be about how quickly does he get to full fitness, how quickly does he adapt to what this league is, but ultimately this is a guy who's done it all, who has immense quality, and that final product, that service of being able to pick out a cross, pick out a player, combine with Messi, combine with Busquets, form those little triangles. Listen, this is a making of a really, truly elite team. You mentioned the U22 players. I think they're going to play a large role as well to balance things out.
That's the most important thing you just said, because I get the rumors of Iniesta and Suarez, and I get the fabric and the idea of this elite team on the sheet. But Tata Martino looked me right in the eye and said, if we don't get enough out of our young players, then this isn't going to work. That's where it's different than Atlanta, and I think Tata Martino understands that. But more importantly, the MLS veterans are going to ask Tata Martino, we got to have players that can run. Yeah. We got to have players that can chase this game.
Well, Mo, you talked about fitness. I talked to Tata Martino earlier on in the week, and he said, I was surprised how fit Sergio Busquets was. Both of those players went back to Barcelona to try to keep fit because of the short turnaround of time, and realized coming straight into the Leagues Cup, they want to make an immediate impact with this Inter Miami side. Now, on the flip side of this, what does this do, the Messi effect, before and after?
In what sense? For Inter Miami or for the league?
For the league.
I just think, to answer that question, I think I would probably say the Lucha Acostas, the Hani Mukhtars, the Carlos Hills, the real special playmakers that we've had the privilege of seeing week in and week out, now are going to be a little bit more motivated. I'm not saying they're not motivated, but Mo, you know what I'm saying? For that little extra sauce, for that little extra showmanship that those players have consistently done it, I just think they're going to want to do it a little bit more.
It's no different than any. We keep talking about competition. We keep talking about these players that are coming in here being competitors. Well, the existing players are also competitors. The existing players who have had a level of success, well, now the bar has been raised in terms of what the standard is in this league. So you mentioned Hani Mukhtar, you mentioned Lucho Acosta, you mentioned, one of Messi's international teammates, Thiago Almada.
Yes.
They're going to be plying their trade in the same league, having opportunities to face out against them. So it's a chance for them to continue to prove themselves.
This is the Underdog Report, brought to you by Purina. T, for you, what player have maybe we overlooked?
Nobody's talking about Kamal Miller, and he was an all-star in this league last season, and Phil Neville desperately wanted to shore up their back line. He went out and got Kamal Miller. But what's concerning when you watch the Miami defense over the past couple of years, particularly, is in transition. The game opens up. Now, when you're bringing in the Jordi Albas and the Lionel Messis or whatever, you're going to have a real leader on this back line. Kamal Miller has the capability to really do so. He's on the radar with a bunch of European scouts. I think he's got to be the most important player on the back line if this entire thing tactically is going to work.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think of him is he has to be disciplined. You look at building a team, you build through the spine. You are the top of the spine. Kamal Miller is that anchor, that supporting figure in the back there, but he has to be organized, he has to communicate well, and that'll be key for them to be successful.
That wraps up the Underdog Report, brought to you by Purina, with a friendly reminder to all fans, pets are a great way to ease the match day stress and keep your head in the game. Win or lose, our pets are always there for us. The atmosphere here, guys. We saw this.
Welcome back inside a sold-out, packed, and getting louder by the minute Drive Pink Stadium. I'm Katie Witham, joined now by Kim Kardashian and Isabella Grotman. Kim, I am so excited to see you here. What brings you out tonight?
My son. He's obsessed with soccer, and I will do anything for my babies. So I've traveled the world. They've made me, we do soccer trips, and it's not stopping. All summer we're going to different exhibition games. And hey, stop.
and it doesn't stop moving. As a mom of boys myself, I get it, and I applaud you. How big of a soccer fan are you, by the way? What's your experience like?
You know, I played soccer for like 5 or 6 years. I was goalie and center forward. I wasn't bad, you know, but I loved it. So I'm happy that my boy loves it and that we can come and hang out and okay. He has the player sweat on him. Oh my gosh. They're so excited. And that just makes me so excited. I'm happy to be here, you know, with Victoria and David and everyone. It's going to be such a fun game.
Does he have a favorite player right now? Do you?
Well, he has Messi. Absolutely Messi. He's so excited to see Messi. Yes.
Hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the game. Stick around. We have so much more to come here from Drive Pink Stadium. We'll be right back.
Game show of the Leagues Cup presented by Adidas. Mo, we've officially kicked Taylor Twellman offset. He's going to run up and join Jake Zippin for the call of this game. Mo, I mean, the emotions going into this. You played in the league. You've played football. Where is this game going to be won or lost here tonight?
Well, first of all, from an Inter Miami standpoint, they got to control the emotions, right? This has been an incredible start to things. Messi's here finally, but now there is a game to be played. So can they make sure that they come out and they manage this game in the right way? Both teams have been relatively poor defensively, so I think that's the starting point for them. But ultimately, listen, there's high stakes here. There's a trophy at stake. There's spots in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and there's money on the line. So we're going to see two teams competing and looking to build off of this and build some momentum going forward.
Well, there's also Lionel Messi and Sergio Busquets, who will feature off the bench here tonight. We didn't see them out here in the warm-up, so I can't wait to see once they do take the pitch and see this crowd erupt. It is a sold-out stadium here at Drive Pink Stadium, home of Inter Miami. Inter Miami kicking off the Leagues Cup, playing against Cruz Azul. There is 2 leagues, but only 1 champion, and it all starts here. We'll catch you at halftime.
Today is the day, the beginning of a new era of soccer, of football in the United States of America and North America. The A-listers are here on and off the field for a first-of-its-kind competition across 2 leagues, and a one-of-a-kind player expected to make his debut. Welcome to the 2023 Leagues Cup. Welcome to Miami. Welcome to Messi. We are at Drive Pink Stadium in South Florida as Inter Miami hosts Cruz Azul on the opening night of Leagues Cup. This is a spectacle unlike any we have seen around this sport in this country. Welcome into our broadcast booth alongside Taylor Twellman. I'm Jake Zippin. I don't think it's hyperbole, Taylor, to talk about this day in the history of American soccer. Let's not bury the lead. Lionel Messi on the bench tonight for Inter Miami. Sergio Busquets is as well. We expect them to make their debut. This will change soccer in this country forever.
And for the second time, it's because of David Beckham, right? July 21st, 2007. Many of us remember that day like it was yesterday. David Beckham made the debut against Chelsea. 16 years later, Lionel Messi will take on Cruz Azul, but it's also the introduction of what Leagues Cup is going to be. There's 3 reasons why Leagues Cup is going to be a huge hit. First and foremost, there's a trophy. Any athlete will tell you the trophy dictates exactly what it is. Secondly, most importantly, this is a CONCACAF tournament. You got 3 CONCACAF Champions Cup berths on the line. And third, it is the biggest and largest pot of money that's ever been on any club competition on this continent. We are talking about a special, special time to be a soccer fan in this country.
These are the players to watch, presented by Geico, proud partner of Leagues Cup. We'll begin with Cruz Azul's Uriel Antuna.
Yeah, and Antuna is well known to the Major League Soccer fan. On loan in 2019, he had 6 goals. Last year, extremely dynamic. 8 goals, 4 assists. He's a vertical player with pace. At times, a little unrefined, but he's going to ask some serious questions of Inter Miami tonight. And now for Inter Miami, it's going to be Leonardo Campana, who's been a very, very good, solid number 9 up front. I think it's very interesting that Tata Martino tonight has Robinson, has Taylor next to him, vertical players, pace players, trying to get Campana in front of goal. He's expected to be dangerous in the first 45 tonight.
Y remover sus gorras para escuchar el himno nacional de los Estados Unidos, cantada por Becky G.
So proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so
Messi is here. We're almost ready for kickoff. Cruz Azul and Inter Miami, and the expected debut tonight of the GOAT. We'll be back from Florida. Welcome back to a sold-out Dry Pink Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the official
on the pitch tonight. A-plus listers in the stands tonight. Let's go down to the pitch. Our Katie with them.
Well, guys, I spoke with Drake Callender, and he told me, look, the approach is the same, but this absolutely is a fresh start. It's a new league. We've got a new team. We have an electric atmosphere here tonight. Speaking of electric atmosphere, when Lionel Messi came out, went over, got a big hug from LeBron James, sitting, by the way, right next to him, basically, on the bench. But Drake Callender said, look, this is the time right now in this game to demand more of ourselves. And, hey, enough from me. I think the crowd has recognized he's out there. So, guys, back to you.
Lionel Messi did not come out to warm up.
Sean, can you hear me?
He was warming up somewhere inside. He is here on the bench. Look at that trio. Sergio Busquets, Joseph Martinez in the middle, Lionel Messi. Everybody here to see him tonight. Finally, they've gotten their goals.
He just wrote the book on how to make an entrance. Not only do you come in during the U.S. national anthem, you give a huge hug to one of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball players in the world. And I am so jealous of what Joseph Martinez is going to do over the next 2.5 seasons here.
The world that we live in now. It's Messi's world in Miami. Cruz Azul, Inter Miami. League's Cup opener kicking off when we come back from South Florida. 5G fast, reliable, secure. Two teams ready for a restart for Inter Miami. They're in last place in Major League Soccer at the League's Cup break. Liga MX Apertura just began. Cruz Azul began with 3 losses, the only team without a point 3 weeks into the season. But this is a new competition. This is a new start, certainly, for Inter Miami and for Cruz Azul as well. Let's get into the starting 11s for tonight's match. Taylor will begin with Tuco Ferretti's Cruz Azul.
Yeah, and I think the brain trust of this team is going to be Dueñas and Charlie Rodriguez in the middle. They're going to have to be very balanced with their midfield, having a good idea of where they are in the field as the game gets into transition. How quickly can they get Moises and Antuna into some dangerous spots? But what a moment for Rotundi up front. Grew up playing for Newell's Old Boys, and ultimately in this second half going up against Tata Martino and Lionel Messi.
He said there might be a little bit of a fight for that jersey, Messi's jersey, after the match. Tata Martino's starting 11 for Inter Miami. All eyes going to the substitute list.
Yeah, but a very pragmatic approach to this game. A lot of players have a good understanding of what they want to do. I think it's going to be very interesting to watch Yedlin against Antuna down this left side for Inter Miami. Kramaski, what a moment a year ago in the MLS Next All-Star game, now starting against Cruz Azul with Messi coming off the bench.
There he is, Lionel Messi, sitting next to his longtime teammate, his close friend Sergio Busquets. What success those two had for FC Barcelona. Now, along with Jordi Alba, who is not here tonight, attempting to bring that success to Inter Miami. He is a winner, ultimately, Lionel Messi, and he has said that I want to come here and win. This is the first competition where he will have a chance to do that. Leagues Cup 2023, a first-of-its-kind competition combining Major League Soccer and Liga MX over the next month. Starts tonight. It starts in no better way than Inter Miami and Cruz Azul and the expected debut of Lionel Messi at Dry Pink Stadium in South Florida tonight. An atmosphere that we have not seen in this venue. And Inter Miami's relatively short existence as a club since 2020. They brought in more seats. Tickets going in the hundreds, in the thousands of dollars just to watch that man, Lionel Messi, a reigning World Cup winner, a 7-time Ballon d'Or winner. We'll see him tonight, we think. Tata Martino gave us the long tease and warm-ups along Willie Wade in this match. There is the Inter Miami starting 11, similar to the group that we've been seeing in Major League Soccer. A team that has just 18 points so far this season, and a Cruz Azul team with 0 in Liga MX. He's one of the big 4 Mexican clubs. Los Cuatro Grandes, as they are known, the first opponent in the United States for Inter Miami in the Lionel Messi era. He'll watch kickoff from the bench. He'll watch the first half. And the beginning from the bench as well. And now underway, the 2023 Leagues Cup. Inter Miami and Cruz Azul. We will wait for the debut of Lionel Messi tonight, but we are debuting this new competition. Two teams hungry for results, hungry to turn it around. And I think, Taylor, there's got to be some pressure to put on a show, put on a performance in front of not just the 22,000 plus sold out standing room only crowd in Dry Pink Stadium, but the people watching globally on Apple TV.
Absolutely, and that's why you've got to play the game and not the spectacle. And I think especially for Tata Martino and the Inter Miami players, they need to have a good understanding. You're at home. Use the energy of the building in your favor. Clean first touch, clean first decision, and put Cruz Azul on their heels using the environment and using the energy while playing the game.
Cruz Azul trying to do that to Inter Miami, coming forward. First minute, off Kamal Miller, and just out for Would have been a corner, but the offside flag up on Cruz Azul.
What a fantastic little overlapping run here from Rotundi, but he was in an offside position. It felt like it was close with Kamal Miller. In the pregame, I talked about how important Kamal Miller needs to be for this team. Their biggest struggle in 2023 has been when they lose the ball, they are exposed in transition. The 2022 MLS All-Star has to be massive for this team to get into the playoffs at the end of the year.
Enter Miami. Made a big trade earlier this season for Kamal Miller. His contract is up at the end of this year, right? We don't know where he's going to go. Here comes Miami. Robert Taylor. Leo Campana out for the first corner of the match for Miami. Robert Taylor, 28-year-old from Finland, will serve for Inter Miami. They'll get a second chance.
Well, surprising here, Cruz Azul hasn't brought over a second defender. Why not play a short one with Robbie Robinson? Well done.
Now they do. Robinson gets the cross away on the ground. Cleared by Cruz Azul. They might be able to break out. Lovely turn from Moises. Here comes Cruz Azul. DeAndre Yedlin defending. Cambindo coming forward. Rivero is saved by Drake Callender.
How easy is that, though, from Cruz Azul in transition? Dixon Arroyo's got to be extremely careful. You cannot get turned that easily there, especially when you know Yedlin's 1v1 on the backside. Good recovery here from Inter Miami. But that exposes the #1 weakness for Inter Miami in transition. More often than not, they're chasing shadows.
Charlie Rodriguez takes it away for Cruz Azul. Moises. Huescas coming forward. Robbie Robinson defending. Jesus Dueñas. Cruz Azul will reset. Moises. Still Moises. Moises is in. Oh, Drake Callender. Second save in the first 4 minutes. This one better than the first.
Well, Moises has a lot of eyeballs on him. Came in for just under $5 million, but last season scored 13 goals in the Brazilian First Division. He loves to come inside out, very good in combination, dynamic 1v1 player. But Cruz Azul have lost their first 3 games. They need Leagues Cup in this tournament to get Moises going.
Just 1 goal scored for Cruz Azul in their first 3 games in the Apertura. Cruz Azul paid a reported $4.5 million transfer fee for Moises. Started their first 3 matches of their league season. Carlos Salcedo. Carlos Rotundi. Forward for Rivero. Cleared by Ian Frey. Cruz Azul can reset and build through Jesus Dueñas, the 34-year-old. Spent over a decade with Tigres, with Tuco Ferretti, now the manager at Cruz Azul. So much success. 5-time the league champions together.
And he's the metronome for Tuca Ferretti, right? Everything that they want to do, they want to allow, with Dueñas in the middle, for Charlie Rodriguez to fill in the gaps, take a few risks going forward. Nervy touches there from Kremaski, the 18-year-old homegrown of Inter Miami.
Here is Charlie Rodriguez. Moises loses it. Taylor gets it back. Oh, he might lose it again. Here we go for Cruz Azul. Can they take advantage? And Tuna just wide.
Antuna was in Major League Soccer in 2019 with the LA Galaxy on loan from Manchester City, and he scored 6 goals, but he was unrefined. I think he's gotten much better at being efficient in the final third. There's still moments where there needs to be a little bit more quality. But I think for Cruz Azul to turn their early campaign around, Antuna needs to be the focal point and the most dangerous player going forward.
51 caps for Mexico. 40 of those came for his opposing manager tonight, Tata Martino. There is Tata. Won MLS Cup in 2018 with Atlanta. Left after that year to manage Mexico through the World Cup. Managed Lionel Messi at Barcelona and Argentina. And now it seemed like the whole time the perfect choice to manage Lionel Messi in Miami.
But he's also motivated. It didn't go well for Mexico. And also the time with Messi at Argentina and Barcelona. Tata Martino is extremely motivated, but he also needs to be a little more patient than I think he has been in his career, because this is going to be a project that is more over the next 6 months and not 6 days.
He did pump the brakes a little bit in his comments this week. He said it's very difficult. He understands for people not to have expectations, but it might take a while. How long will it take? What are the reasonable expectations for Inter Miami?
Ask me the same question when we're here on August 20th, because honestly, August 20th is going to be the day where Messi, Busquets, Alba, 3 weeks of training, Martino, they're going to be chomping at the bit.
Campana coming through. Campana! First time right at Andres Gudinho, who makes the save.
This is just fantastic work from Robert Taylor to come inside and to pull inside, right? You come into the seam, and just that little touch there now pulls the center back in a bad position, a difficult position. Salcedo allows Campana in behind. Big time save for Gudinho, but great attack for Inter Miami going forward.
Salcedo, Rotundi trying to get behind Frey. Carlos Rotundi cutting it back. Rotundi curling it off the post, and the rebound is over. Wonderful opportunity for Cambindo.
Well, and Carlos Rotundi's just loving the moment. Grew up playing for Newell's Old Boys, Tata Martino, Lionel Messi, legends. And yet he's only got 4 goals over the last 16 months, but he's a different type of player. He's complementary. He's going to pull you in wide areas, get in behind Ian Frey. I love the cuts, but then the finish off the back post. Cambindo needs to be a little bit more composed because the goal was open. But how about that attacking play from Rotundi down the left side of Cruz Azul?
We're waiting tonight for a goal from a player who grew up in the youth system of Newell's Old Boys. Well, we almost got one from Carlos Rotundi. He seems up for this moment.
Well, he's also told everyone and anyone that wants to listen he deserves Lionel Messi's jersey more than anyone else after the game.
That will be something to watch at the end of this. Wide open, Moises to Antuna. Antuna cutting inside, Kremaski back defending. Miami gets it away. Robbie Robinson, dispossessed by Dueñas. Antuna off of Dueñas. Still there for Cruz Azul. Given away. Campana. Going to try to settle things down for Miami. Benjamin Kremaski, the 18-year-old homegrown from Key Biscayne, wide to Robbie Robinson. DeAndre Yedlin. Kremaski back to Yedlin, pops it in. David Ruiz Goes down. Robinson, back heel. Kromoski to Yedlin, who says, let's settle it down. Kromoski, a heavy touch. Out into touch. Let's go down pitch side to Arcady with him.
Well, officially on the Lionel Messi watch down here on the sideline, and I can tell you 12 minutes into this one, he's been locked into every second of this match. Posted up on the bench in between Sergio Busquets and Josef Martinez. Not only is he watching every movement made on the field, but he's talking, often leaning over to Josef Martinez, speaking about the game, pointing out different things, and I can tell his striker soaking up every moment, guys.
We threw it to the sideline recorder, now we can't hear her, so we don't know when she's done.
Wonderful tifo. It was in the 10th minute for Lionel Messi. Uh-oh for Miami. Cambindo wide again. Wide open for Cruz Azul 13 minutes in, but unable.
Yeah, but this game's too spread out for Inter Miami, Jake. Arroyo and Ruiz need to be a little bit more balanced, because any ball given away, it's 4 or 5 touches, and Cruz Azul is in behind. Thank God for Kamal Miller coming in late. But I can promise you one thing, this is valuable for Lionel Messi watching this, as well as Sergio Busquets, who's one of the best tactical minds of his generation. Seeing the game before you come in and seeing where this team lacks tactical nous, they can add that with their experience.
Yeah, so what are they going to add when they what are they seeing that they can add, that they could change when they come into this match later on?
Well, for one thing, when they're in possession, there's not going to be 15 to 20 yards from Arroyo and Ruiz. They've got to be a little bit more connected, and then allow Campana and the 2 center backs to make the field smaller. It's fine in possession, but when you lose the ball, it's been too spread out from an Inter Miami perspective.
Now Inter Miami. Robbie Robinson, Benjamin Kromoski, back to Sergi Kristoff, one of the most experienced players in this group now. David Ruiz loses it. Coutinho gets it away for Cruz Azul. The legendary Ricardo Tuca Ferretti, winningest manager in Mexican soccer history, his best spell over a decade at Tigres, 5 times the league champions, the 2020 CONCACAF Champions League winners. Twice he's been the interim for the Mexican national team. One of 2 managers with over 1,000 Liga MX matches in charge. What a career he has had, and has been in charge of Cruz Azul for about 5 months now, taking over in February. Moises chests it down on Tuna. Moises gets away from Arroyo. Still Moises. And back towards Moises. Robinson able to clear it away. Huescas coming forward. Cruz Azul, 16 minutes in, looking extremely dangerous.
Yeah, but it's simple rotations. Robbie Robinson's got to be very mindful of the overlapping run from the right back. Ball comes inside, then a runner makes a simple run in behind. Again, it's angles, it's rotations, just simple patterns of play, allowing Cruz Azul to get into the final third very easy.
Charlie Rodriguez. And now a corner for Cruz Azul. Great calendar, the talented 25-year-old goalkeeper for Miami. Second in MLS so far this season with 86 saves, has played every minute this year for Inter Miami.
He's got to have good command coming off his line. Zonal marking could leave them sitting very vulnerable on this set piece.
Flicked on, I think it was Campana, the defensive header. Carlos Salcedo, first half of last year as a designated player with Toronto FC, didn't work out. 13 matches before mutually terminating the contract to go back to Mexico. Came up in the Real Salt Lake Academy for a year. Was a homegrown for RSL. In 2013 and 14, left to go to Chivas. Has had a wonderful career at Fiorentina, at Eintracht Frankfurt, Tigres, 47 caps with Mexico. Now on Cruz Azul. An off-season signing for them, has played every minute so far. Big switch towards Ignacio Rivero. Rivero, Rotundi whipped across, Calendar unable to hold, but sends away. Rivero. Salcedo to Rotundi. Now Cruz Azul will build on a warm night in South Florida, as it tends to be. In the 80s, 80% humidity. Miami comes forward to pressure. All the way back to Coutinho. They like to open it up and then go, and here comes Cruz Azul. Antuna. Moises. Oh, Moises cutting it back. Thinking about it. Sliding it to Antuna. Antuna cutting it back. And then again, and then in. Calendar holds. Fans, don't forget, you can see Inter Miami back in action on Tuesday, July 25th against Atlanta at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Remember, you can go on leaguescup.com/tickets, or you can watch on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. The second match of this group of three, the third team in this group, is Atlanta United, which provides all sorts of storylines as well, with Tata Martino coaching against his former team. We'll be right back here on Tuesday.
Oh, and remember, at the end of the regular season, Inter Miami's going to have to travel to Atlanta, and Tata Martino just started that franchise with a bang. Good little touch there from Ian Frey. Interesting prospects for this player, considering that he's come off of 2 ACLs, still young, still got a huge ceiling, he's got to stay fit. But tonight, as a right back, he's been exposed because he's isolated one-on-one. I think Christoph and Kamal Miller at times should maybe slide over a little bit more, almost play as 3 center backs to allow some balance and cover So when they're in transition, it's not a free-for-all.
Moises holding off Ruiz. Antuna towards Rivero. Frey sends it away. It will be a deep throw. What a story, Ian Frey. Tore his ACL 2 straight years in training in the preseason. Missed 2.5 years. He comes back and now he gets to play with Lionel Messi as a 20-year-old. Talk about a reward for some challenging times for an athlete.
He's not thinking about that right now because Rotundi's running circles over here with Moises coming inside. Ian Frey is way more concerned with the left side of the Cruz Azul attack than he is combining with the greatest 10 the game's ever seen.
Rotundi will serve. Kamal Miller, the defensive header, only as far as Charlie Rodriguez. Salcedo. Back to Rodriguez, cutting inside. Still Rodriguez. Cambindo trying to turn. Kramaski at the last moment taking it away.
You know, the other part of how tactically Tata Martino set up this team, you almost get the feeling it's, you know what, let's survive the first 45, maybe 60 minutes, and then I can bring on some horses in Joseph Martinez, maybe Messi for the last 15, Busquets. But I'm not sure they're going to survive the rest of this first half with how wide open it's been for Cruz Azul going forward.
They have been up against it. Here comes Cruz Azul again, let down by the ball from Tiber Cambindo. How long will he go tonight, Lionel Messi?
You got to be smart, though. Listen, you can't be a prisoner of the moment. And I know people at home and around the world are saying I'm going to be a wet blanket, but the whole project is about winning and getting into the playoffs. And so Lionel Messi, right now, I'm playing him at most 20 minutes. You do not want to expose him. He's just coming off the offseason and vacation. I'd be shocked if we see him for more than 20 minutes tonight.
Robbie Robinson. Step over. Robinson to the byline. Knocked away. Campana trying to settle. Was unable to. Clearance only as far as Ruiz. Robert Taylor.
The other part to this, Jake, is Gregory is now going to be on the return. They get him back. A two-way midfielder that can run, cover some ground next to Busquets. Maybe they get those 3 under-22 signings to come in, some young, fresh legs. This team's going to look a lot different on August 20th.
DeAndre Yedlin, he's looking for Campana. Oh, was there for him. Unable to put it on frame. Arroyo Yedlin. I mentioned the under-22s. Diego Gomez signed the 20-year-old Paraguayan. Not on the team tonight. And yeah, when that Leagues Cup roster officially dropped for Miami. Oh, it's a rough giveaway. Here comes Moises. Tons of room for Cruz Azul.
Oh,
Royal
no.
Antuna. Frey is down as well in pain. Antuna over to Rotundi. It was awkward. Ian Frey is down in a ton of pain. And as we told you, this is a player who tore his ACL in each of the past preseasons. He missed 2.5 years because of injury. And to see him down in this amount of pain is a difficult sight for the 20-year-old.
Well, initially when Chris Henderson took over and Phil Neville came in, he talked a lot about the prospects of Ian Frey and just how unlucky the player was with those 2 knee injuries that you talked about. And even scouts had recognized the kind of player that he could be. What his best position was, they didn't know. But anytime you see a no contact injury like that, there is a massive pit in my stomach for the 20-year-old Ian Frey.
2020, he was USL League One All-League second team as a 17-year-old. Talked about it, getting an opportunity to play with Lionel Messi. I might have to wait a little bit. And I think you can just see through his reaction and his body movements right now, he thinks that it's something serious.
Well, you put your heart and soul into the game. And then when you're putting your heart and soul into the game and then injuries happen, you've got to be tested mentally. It's one thing to be tested physically, but mentally coming back. To do it twice before you're 21 years old, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Tear your ACL, you work hard to come back, you do it again, you work hard to come back. He had started the last 6, now 7 in a row for Inter Miami. Surely he felt like he was back and he was on the path for his professional career.
I mean, Tata Martino just said it numerous amount of times to me, is that he's got to play 12 months. We need to see him continuously playing games. But more importantly, it tells you who are the leaders on the field right now for Tata Martino. You can see Tata Martino talking to Campana.
Drake Callender and DeAndre Yedlin have been by Ian Frey's side throughout this. Looks like Noah Allen will come on, another homegrown, a 19-year-old from Pembroke Pines. He had also started 6 straight before today. He doesn't want the stretcher. Difficult moment for one of Lionel Messi's new teammates.
Well, and you never want to speculate, right? But obviously the emotion on the face of Ian Frey tells you how long of a road it was to get back to this point, and you just hope it's not that serious.
There's the change. Noah Allen coming on for Ian Frey, the first substitution of the night from Tata Martino.
And if I'm Tata Martino, I'm flipping DeAndre Yedlin. I'm putting Noah Allen as the left back, which is exactly what he's going to do. The most dangerous attacking part to Cruz Azul in transition has been on the left side of their attack. So bring the more experienced DeAndre Yedlin back to his natural position at right back.
Cruz Azul also is going to make an early change. Rodrigo Huescas will come off. Juan Escobar will come on. So each team making a move 30 minutes in. Just a gutting moment for a 20-year-old Ian Frey. David Ruiz looking for Robert Taylor. Settled by Rivero. Rotundi direct. Noah Allen just into the match. Is able to get it to Kramaski. Dixon Arroyo. DeAndre Yedlin, who has moved over to his more natural right back spot. Sergei Krivtsov, 13 years with Shakhtar Donetsk, won 17 trophies. They're looking for Robbie Robinson down the left side. Robinson, Kramaski trying to turn. Back to Ruiz. Yedlin into Taylor. Back to DeAndre Yedlin, and too far. Rodrigo Huescas coming out of the match for Cruz Azul. Look in the upper right of your screen. You can see him down on the pitch. Yeah, he just... Huescas was on the ground throughout that entire time. See him briefly at the top of your screen. Well, it's been eventful for 33 minutes for Lionel Messi's first viewing live in person of an Inter-Miami match. A lot of chances for Cruz Azul. Great calendar, making some good saves.
Campana had a good chance, right? Campana
Yep.
had the one good chance for Inter-Miami. But I think it's extremely helpful for everyone involved that Inter-Miami's showing exactly who they've been in 2023. Imagine if they showed up tonight and were world beaters, then all of a sudden you'd be like, wait a minute, who's this team? Where's this team been? This is who they've been all season long. Injuries have decimated their roster, and they're in the final season of some rules, regulations that they need to deal with. January 1st, 2024, those limitations will be lifted, and that is when I will naturally assess Lionel Messi, Busquets, Jordi Alba, and the entire Inter-Miami operation.
So while we're talking about what Inter-Miami has been this year, they are in last place in MLS. They're 12 points from the playoff line. Winless in 11 games heading into this year. What are reasonable expectations for what they can do, how good they can become this year with Messi, with Busquets, with Jordi Alba?
They've got 12 games remaining in the regular season. I think they've got to get 27 points to get in. And I think if Gregory comes back healthy, they may have a shot.
Noah Allen will serve this for Inter-Miami. Flicked on by Campana right into the arms of Andres Coutinho.
I mean, difficult times for Noah Allen to come into this one. 19 years old, good ball in. And every single time I watch Campana play, when the ball gets wide, he's a natural target, but his timing's impeccable. He easily could have had a goal, maybe even two, with that missed header he had as well.
Campana scored 11 goals last year. He was Inter-Miami's second leading scorer behind only Gonzalo Higuain. He was on loan from Wolves last year, signed permanently in the offseason. 4 goals in 16 games so far this year. Oh, it's given away by Kremaski. Cambindo can come forward. Moises isolated with Krivstov. Rotundi overlapping. Rotundi off of Krivstov and out for a Cruz Azul corner.
In the pregame, we talked about Benji Kremaski and how he said multiple times leading up to this moment that he's nervous, that the moment may be too big. I get it. He's 18 years old.
Absolutely.
However, 35 minutes in, he's given the ball away 2 or 3 times. That has absolutely killed Inter-Miami in transition.
He is maybe the brightest prospect of the young Inter-Miami homegrowns. And it's a lot to put on an 18-year-old, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know me. I'm a believer, sink or swim. Put him in the deep end and see what happens.
We're seeing that tonight. We'll see that as well as this Inter-Miami season goes on. Carlos Rotundi to serve. Oh, fell into a dangerous spot, but cleared away. It was Salcido who's going to stay forward. Out to Rotundi. What a ball. Rotundi able to settle. Rotundi trying to get around Yedlin. That cross took a deflection and is out for, would have been a corner, and it is.
No, I think Rotundi may have been in an offside position. for the ball right before this, but that ball was out of bounds on the. It's just, I like Rotundi's movement. I enjoy the movement he's pulled off. Yeah, rightfully so. He was in an offside position right for moments before that replay. But Rotundi's asked a lot of questions of this team, and honestly, he's tactically changed with Moises. Moises is playing as the second forward, and Rotundi's more playing as a left winger.
Yeah, he started all three in Napaturo as a left winger, as more central, as a left wing back. 4 goals last year. He had crossed Napaturo and the Clausura for Cruz Azul. Robinson running through Ignacio Rivero and is called for a foul. What a night at Drive Pink Stadium. They brought in those bleachers in the corners. Actually had to bring him in from the Formula One race, the annual Formula One race here in Miami down the road.
Why didn't they bring the pools too?
Take that on a night like tonight.
I mean, it was only about 141 degrees on the field.
Yeah, you had to be down there for an hour.
That's why I wore 3 pairs of underwear. Pal.
Not much cooler up here, as you're now aware.
Yeah, good ball. Oh.
Kramaski just maybe didn't anticipate it well enough. Charlie Rodriguez retaining possession for Cruz Azul.
Arroyo, though, at times, that's not on Kramaski. He's in the right pocket of space. He's between the lines, just a little sloppy from Inter Miami with the ball at their feet.
You mentioned Gregory a couple times tonight. That's Arroyo going straight through and being shown a yellow card. The first yellow card of this match is Dixon Arroyo. Charlie Rodriguez, the victim.
Well, this is just frustration from Arroyo. He's been chasing the entire game. And oftentimes you can judge the team by their tactical defensive structure and where the 6, where's the double pivot, single pivot? Are they chasing the game or are they in control? It's been a long 39 minutes for Dixon Arroyo tonight.
He was signed basically, it seemed in response to Gregory's long-term injury, a Lisfranc injury, a foot injury early in the season. Initially listed as being out for 6 months, which would have taken him to September. And when the official Leagues Cup roster came out, all eyes went to Lionel Messi, Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba being included. But Gregory being included was kind of sneaky bonus for Inter Miami, maybe showing he might be back earlier than initially thought.
Yeah, little plays, little things. How many times have we said Kamal Miller's been in the right spot at the right time? Just in those moments in transition, little deflections, just little cleanup plays.
World Cup player with Canada, played every minute for Canada in Qatar. Every minute at the Gold Cup as well.
Did he play in Qatar?
Did he? I don't know. It'll be fun on Tuesday when it's. Oh, okay. Dueñas getting into it a little bit. It'll be fun on Tuesday when Lionel Messi and Thiago Almada meet here at Drive Pink Stadium. A couple World Cup winning teammates on opposite sides, now here in the United States.
Well, you mentioned it. Dueñas over 360 appearances for Tigres. Still the metronome for this team, even at 34 years of age. Not shy to get stuck in with anyone. He's been good in this first half.
25 caps for the Mexican national team. But his time with the Mexican national team ended before Tata Martino took over. Arroyo, heavy touch off Escobar. It'll be a Miami throw. What a sight. Haven't seen anything like this here in this venue. Miami averaged just over 16,000 per game in Major League Soccer this season.
Sunday night, I was here for the unveiling. I'll tell you right now, there was before the tornado came through and tore the house down, there's probably 30,000 in the parking lot.
Incredible. And everybody tonight waiting for the debut of Lionel Messi.
But what's also crazy is at the end of 2025, the target date, there will be $1 billion complex in Freedom Park in downtown Miami that the Moss family desperately want to open up with Lionel Messi in that building.
$1 billion plus development plan for Miami Freedom Park.
Oh, good ball there from Kristoff.
Kramaski, can he do anything with it? He's able to turn and get it wide to Robinson. Heather Taylor, now Allen overlapping. Kramaski broken up. Ruiz does well to win it back for Miami.
I mean, the game has slowed down over the last 10 to 15 minutes, but the first 15 minutes was 1,000 miles an hour from both teams.
Could have been 3-1, 4-1.
And so now it begs the question, which team's going to be fitter in the second half? This is only the 4th competitive game for Cruz Azul in this campaign. And yet for Inter Miami, naturally they're going to be more fit. They may not have their full roster that's fit, but they're probably going to have a few more options in the second half.
Cambindo going through Kristoff. Yedlin in towards Ruiz. Salcedo clearing it.
There just needs to be a little bit more nuance from Robbie Robinson. He's standing 5 yards in front of DeAndre Yedlin. How about that for a ball?
Yeah, big switch over to Robert Taylor. Taylor! Robert Taylor, what a goal! Inter Miami lead 1-0.
Moments before this goal scored, DeAndre Yedlin, Robbie Robinson having a conversation that they've got to be separate. There's got to be a little bit more nuance to their movement. Look at Yedlin, he pushes forward. Robbie Robinson picks up his head and finds Robert Taylor. Robert Taylor, a dynamic, loves 1v1 moments, cutting back to his right foot and completely against the run of play. Robert Taylor and Inter Miami give the 20,000 plus here. Lionel Messi, Tata Martino, Sergio Busquets, something to celebrate in the first 45. How do you like that, Lionel Messi? Welcome to Major League Soccer.
Number 16,
Robert Taylor thrilling the GOAT when he scores. He scores of the highest quality. Week 2 of the season, a Goal of the Year candidate, and now in Leagues Cup. What a moment for Robert Taylor. That changes things a little bit because it was against the run of play, given how the first half went. And now Antuna trying to get it back for Cruz Azul. Moises, and it came off the arm of a Cruz Azul player.
I mean, how quick is Antuna with a ball that's blown right by Noah Allen? But how deflating for Cruz Azul. You've completely dominated the run of play. Yes, Campana's had 1.5 to 2 chances. Other than that, it's been all Cruz Azul going forward. Extremely frustrating heading into halftime. Down 1-0. But what a moment for Robert Taylor and Robbie Robinson.
La Familia loves it. The collective name for the supporters group here in South Florida for Inter Miami. They've been here since 2020, since before that. On the ground floor. And now in this new era. They have something special to watch here in Miami. And we haven't seen it yet tonight, but this was special earlier from Robert Taylor. Robinson. Ruiz back to Robinson. Strong tackle. Was it a handball? Not given. And then the foul is.
Well, that's exactly what Robbie Robinson is having words with the assistant referee on this near side. But go back to the goal. Robert Taylor came here with high aspirations, 28 caps for Finland. Good goal. And I have a funny feeling for the next 2.5 years, that is not going to be the only fireworks show here in Fort Lauderdale.
Probably not tonight either. With Lionel Messi watching from the bench. Robert Taylor, the first moment.
But to put a bow on Robert Taylor, you know a player's got something when the opposing coaches always mention the same player. Robert Taylor is always in that conversation. Phil Neville knew it when he was at the helm, and even Tata Martino knew tonight with Campana playing as his 9 from the opening whistle. I got to give him a very direct, deliberate winger in Robert Taylor. He's been good in this first half.
Cruz Azul, 2.5 minutes through the minimum 5. Oh, what a little flick over a scoop from Rivero. Then Rotundi. Rivero. Cruz Azul will be patient as they try to find an equalizer before halftime. It stayed in play. Carlos Salcedo. Wonderful ball. Moises blocked by Kristoff. Duenas won it back. Moises again. Moises around Miller. Miller defending well. Moises, oh, cuts it back, so good from the Brazilian, and then off Allen, and a corner.
Yeah, but you can see why Cruz Azul went out and spent a little more than $4.5 million for Moises. Can really break you down as a defender. Except Kamal Miller, in those dire moments, he's been extremely smart, not leaving his feet, not leaving himself in vulnerable positions. Dangerous set piece here for Cruz Azul.
Moises serves it in. Campana, the defensive header.
How much is that piece of gum going to go for on eBay?
Too much. You gonna hurry down after the game to try to find it? Campindo cutting inside. Miller there to intervene. Robinson coming forward. Maybe Miami want another before halftime. Oh, he's feeling it, isn't it? We have reached halftime. A first half watched from the bench by the greatest of all time, Lionel Messi. We expect to see him in the second half coming off of that bench. He was thrilled in the first half, as were most of the people here at Dry Pink Stadium, by a wonderful goal from Robert Taylor. And it's Inter Miami with a 1-0 lead over Cruz Azul.
This may be the most watched 15 minutes of halftime on the field in MLS history. Messi, Busquets with a 1-0 lead here at halftime. Completely against the run of play, but what a finish from Robert Taylor.
They didn't warm up on the field before the game. It was just the starters. They're going to do it now at halftime. And this is a show for all of us here in the stadium, and certainly everybody watching this halftime on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV.
Yeah, but there's also now some good motivation. There's some good mojo within that first half. The first 25 minutes, they were chasing the game. Easily could have been down a goal or two. They're not. They're going into halftime. And I wonder if that changes the plan for Tata Martino. I don't think it does. I think
Welcome back to South Florida. Getting ready for the beginning of the second half. All eyes on the Miami substitutes bench. Maybe not for Edison Azcona, but for a certain Lionel Messi, who's gone back into the locker room now with his teammates. Miami leads 1-0 as we get ready for the beginning of the second half over Cruz Azul. Hey, let's take a look at the supporter cam. It's nice these days to be an Inter Miami supporter, that is for sure. La Familia, thrilled by the arrival of the greatest of all time, Lionel Messi. The anticipation in this stadium.
I told you,
ridiculous. Today, going back to Sunday, all week, 4 weeks down here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and in South Florida. And the supporters had a moment to be thrilled in the first half. Robert Taylor's goal gives Inter Miami a 1-0 lead as we get ready for the second half. Jake Sivan, Taylor Twellman with you at Drive Pink Stadium. In the Cruz Azul making their way out of the locker room. But look, as we get closer to the moment, right, which we think will come in the second half, Taylor, the anticipation builds. And if Lionel Messi does come into the game in the second half, his team might have the lead because of Robert Taylor. This is how we got here in the 44th minute. A wonderful goal from Robert Taylor.
Yeah, and it came off a great switch of play from Robbie Robinson, but I loved how direct Taylor was in taking on the defender. Right-footed, cut it back, but then having the right technique to bend it back post against the run of play, but Inter Miami and Tata Martino won't mind. Listen, I fully expected 60 minutes, and then you will start to see the chips fall where they may, whether it's Joseph Martinez, whether it's Messi, whoever it may be. But I think Tata Martino wanted to get out of his 11, albeit Frey coming off, Noah Allen coming in, 60 minutes, and then he can assess the situation and see where these players impact the game.
Starting to maybe have some more discussions that are more practical to the game. Lionel Messi and Sergio Busquets.
Now, I was pitch side, right?
Yep.
For the pregame and everything, and you and I have been here since 3:30. Yep. There was a little rumor floating around that Messi said, no, I want to play 30. Busquets said the same thing. They want to play themselves into fitness, play themselves into the situation. Be interesting to see. I'm still with a mindset 20 minutes or less, but I'm not sure I'm telling him no.
That's what I was going to say. If you're Tata Martino and he says, I want to play 30. Certainly everybody here in Drive Pink Stadium would hope that Tata would listen to Lionel. Leonardo Campana standing over it. A second half underway in the Leagues Cup. Cruz Azul and Inter Miami, a half that we think will bring about the Inter Miami debut of Lionel Messi. He's up warming up now. He's walking to warm up, and you can hear the crowd chanting his name. Absolutely thrilled by just the prospect of what will happen at some point over the next 45 minutes. Getting warm already. Maybe an indicator. So if you're on Inter Miami specifically, there's been so much anticipation really for a month since Lionel Messi stated his intention to come play for Inter Miami. And now this half in particular being played in front of a crowd that knows it's going to happen at some point. How do you handle this time period before he comes into the game?
I'm not thinking about it. I'm playing the game, playing the moments in front of me. You're in a club competition, the most prize money any club competition's ever had in this continent. So you're playing the moment. You're not worried about that. And if you are, then you're going to be caught the other way.
This might be an obvious question, but is it easy when you're on the pitch to tune all this out? You hear people cheering, not because of what's happening on the field, but because of stretches that one of your teammates is doing in a corner.
Yeah, just going to motivate me to score a goal even more. I'm not concerned when he comes on. Absolutely, it's going to be a moment that everyone remembers. But right now, I'm trying to get the second goal.
There were no changes at halftime. Both teams did make one change in the first half. A difference in Leagues Cup is that a substitution at halftime will count as one of the 3 substitution windows. So since both coaches have already used one of the 3, none at the half, and Cambindo called for a foul for going through Kristoff.
Well, and I think the other thing to mention for the global viewer in this competition, after 90 minutes, if it's tied, it goes to a penalty kick shootout.
We talked about that early on in the pregame show. No draws in Leagues Cup, even in the group stage. 3 points for a win, of course, none for a loss. But if it's level after 90 minutes, penalty shootout. Losing team gets a point, the winning team gets 2. So they basically get an extra point for winning that penalty shootout. Moises turning in the midfield for Cruz Azul. Nacho Rivero coming forward. Miller heading it away. Ruiz is brought down for Miami.
I'm curious to see, what do you get from Kremaski after a difficult first 45? Does he get into the game and be a little bit more of a presence in the attacking third?
Yedlin left it for Taylor. Allen to Robinson. Here is Benjamin Kremaski. Had a tough first half. He loses it again to begin the second half. Arroyo gets it back. Wins the throw.
You know, Noah Allen's come into this game and brought some stability. I think it's helped that DeAndre Yedlin went to his more natural right back spot. But it's difficult for a young player to come in, especially with the spectacle in the moment. You didn't get a proper amount of time to warm up. Noah Allen's done a very, very good job of growing into this game and providing some stability to the left side of Kamal Miller.
19 years old, not easy. Coming on in the middle of the first half as Robinson can't get to it. Allen steps up, does really well to win it for Miami. Keeps possession. Allen sends it across. It took a deflection and went behind Campana and Taylor.
Yeah, but great recognition of that play and where to step in for the interception from Noah Allen.
Well, you said 30 minutes. We thought maybe 15. It looks like it's going to be more. Lionel Messi getting ready to enter for Inter Miami. Rotundi draws the foul. Cruz Azul will have a set piece. But all eyes on Lionel Messi.
What is Tata Martino telling Lionel Messi in this moment?
Go be yourself, right? Go be the GOAT.
I do think the viewer needs to understand, Tata Martino talked about how fit Sergio Busquets was when he showed up. Ready to hit the ground running here. And how about Joseph Martinez? Enjoy the moment, my man.
Looks like it'll be a triple sub. Two of the best players of this generation and one of the best in the history of Major League Soccer. Set piece now for Cruz Azul. Callender making the save. That was struck very well. Almost put a damper on what will be a really big moment.
Good save there from Callender. That ball was dipping and moving away from the goalkeeper to that back post.
Nacho Rivero testing Drake Callender. But we wait the moment. Rivero will try it again. He sends it 20 rows up. And here we go. The Inter Miami debut of the greatest of all time, Lionel Messi. The moment is here.
Substitution for Inter Miami CF. Please welcome the world's number 10, and now your number 10, La Familia. Please welcome to the pitch for the first time in Rosa y Negro, número 10, Lionel Messi. Welcome for the first time in Rosa y Negro, número 5, Sergio Busquets.
Certainly something meaningful about those two substitutions. Lionel Messi entering for Benjamin Cremaschi. Sergio Busquets entering for David Ruiz. A pair of homegrowns that play basically the same positions coming off for two of the best to ever do it. And Joseph Martinez enters for Leonardo Campana. Well, here it is. We are officially in the Messi era for Inter Miami, for soccer in North America. On the pitch for the first time in an Inter Miami shirt. He'll get at least 35 minutes. And he immediately puts on the armband for Inter Miami as their captain.
And while he comes in for Cremaschi, Robert Taylor will now play next to Busquets in the center midfield role and allow Messi to float on that right flank.
From distance, another close one from Rivero. He was looking for his own moment.
Well, right before the Messi sub, Rivero had the fantastic free kick that Callender had to come up with a huge save.
Sergio Busquets and Lionel Messi. Sergio Busquets has played next to Lionel Messi around the pitch at the same time with Lionel Messi more than any other player. And here he is, his first time on the ball. First touches for Miami. Into Robert Taylor, he gets it back. Oh, Yedlin leading for Messi into Taylor. This is so good for Miami. Messi. Rivero does well to take it off of Messi and throw a foul.
Well, so much for one to grow into the game, huh? I mean, the first touch combining with Robert Taylor, Yedlin trying to get him in behind. Messi's just going to operate in that space that's going to ask a ton of questions of the back line of Cruz Azul. He's going to attract all the attention in the world. And if done properly, DeAndre Yedlin could have a huge impact in this second half, overlapping and getting into the final third.
Messi into Martinez, back to Messi, chased down and taken away. Rivero again taking it off of Lionel Messi. Antuna cuts it back. This is a wonderful chance, and it's missed by Moises. No power on it, easily saved by Callender.
But we haven't seen a ton of Antuna in this second half. What a great spot and great run that was from Antuna in behind the back line of Miami.
Busquets forward to Messi. Taylor now to Robinson. Robinson draws the foul. "16 years after David Beckham made his debut for the LA Galaxy."
Yeah, but people forget David Beckham made that debut on one leg.
Yep.
He did anything and everything he could to show his face, get on the field, had an awful ankle injury, and still showed up.
Quickly into Martinez. Joseph turning. It's still there and cleared. Foul given against Miami.
Well, from the moment Messi showed up on the training field, he and Joseph Martinez connected, and this is straight off the training field. Immediately a quick one where Joseph Martinez was acting as if he was sleeping. Just a little clip ball in from Messi. Fortunate enough for Cruz Azul on that back line, Joseph Martinez couldn't get everything on it, but I love the idea.
Joseph Martinez has scored 104 goals in his MLS career since 2017. Second most of any active player in the league, tied for 9th all time. 98 of those goals came during a spectacular run with Atlanta United. Reunited with his manager from that time, at least for the first 2 seasons, Tata Martino. They won the MLS Cup in 2018. The former league MVP, 31 goals scored in 2018. It was then the MLS record. But he has just 6 this year. Tore his ACL a couple years ago.
Well, since the knee injury, mobility's been an issue, confidence has been an issue, fitness more importantly. I think Chris Henderson and the Moss family hope that Tata Martino can just get Joseph Martinez in that extra 5 to 10% more that he needs to be about 80% of that player that scored 77 goals over 3 seasons in the regular year season.
How much of an impact will playing with Lionel Messi? LeBron's in the house. You've got GOATs from multiple sports.
Well, I think Messi's just going to motivate Martinez to maybe be a little bit fitter, to maybe be a little bit sharper in the final third. The question will be whether or not his body can do it. But I think between the ears, you may see the Joseph Martinez that we saw in Atlanta United.
This is a spectacle tonight. LeBron James, Kim Kardashian among the A+ listers here in South Florida. Oh, Busquets gives it away. Cambindo. Moises from a narrow angle sends it into the crowd.
Well, that's where the attacks have come from Cruz Azul. As Busquets loses possession, but they've almost baited Inter Miami to feeling that they're comfortable in their buildup. And then immediately when they turn them over, getting numbers forward, just lacking the final quality touch, as you see Serena Williams and Kim Kardashian watching on.
You think they're breaking down Robert Taylor's goal?
Absolutely, why wouldn't you? Off the inside the post, right foot, with the right peg, the fireworks.
Look, it is the ticket tonight. Mark Anthony is here. He was here on Sunday as well. Messi coming forward into Martinez, leaves for Taylor. Allen, Robinson, oh, what a cutback! Robbie Robinson, it was blocked. Oh, Busquets, silky. Martinez, Robinson was onside. And then he goes through Duenas.
Robinson, this is where he was coming out of college. Just a dynamic, straightforward, direct player. Tata Martino likes him in wide areas. He started the goal from Robert Taylor, switching the point of attack. Good little cutback there from Robbie Robinson.
Tuca Ferretti makes his second change. Kevin Castano comes on for Diber Cambino. So Cambino had some good chances early on, but the change made. Rotundi also was really active early on as Arroyo intervenes and concedes the corner.
Castano's made 3 appearances for the Colombian national team, and that debut was actually against the United States in late January. Recently making the move from Cruz Azul is going to give them a different look going forward.
Jesus Duenas thought about it. Nifty ball in. Callender couldn't get to it. Antuna scores. Oriol Antuna levels the match for Cruz Azul.
When Antuna first showed up in Major League Soccer, he was a direct, pacey, wide player that got in behind. But the word I used to define him then in 2019 was unrefined. Now all of a sudden there's a little bit more quality in the final third. There's a little bit more composure in the final third. And watch the half turn. Great ball here, but just turn, and Kamal Miller cannot allow Antuna inside his own 18, turn and have a hit. Difficult for Drake Callender, but what a response for Antuna and Cruz Azul. 1-1 here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Level now, meaning the moment set up maybe even more for Messi and Miami. Before Antuna, who did not play the first 3 matches at Apertura for Cruz Azul because he was with Mexico in the Gold Cup, started the final, makes his season debut, you could say, right, of this Apertura, even though it's in Leagues Cup for Cruz Azul and makes it 1-1. Busquets tries to get it into Messi. Rivero steps in front. Nifty touch from Yedlin. Oh, Messi spinning away. Back to Yedlin. Yedlin! It was blocked. Guerrero the tackle for Cruz Azul.
Great tackle from Guerrero. But it's exactly the pattern of play that I'm telling you about, because if Messi gets into this hole, DeAndre Yedlin has a ton of freedom to get forward. He felt the presence of Joseph Martinez, but last-ditch defending from Guerrero, spot on. Great run forward from Yedlin, better defending from the Cruz Azul defender. I'm wondering if they were checking to see if there was a handball on Guerrero from the ball in from DeAndre Yedlin.
Check complete. Messi will serve. Is he going for it? I think he was.
I mean, he's been on vacation for what, 2.5, 3 weeks? How's this for a turn? I mean, his turn of pace is remarkable. And I remember playing against Lionel Messi in Copa America 2007, and I had so many people, non-soccer people, ask me, what's he like? You know, on a late summer night, and you see those water bugs on top of the water?
I do.
I mean, if you think of Lionel Messi's career and how little he is, and yet no one's ever really got him. He's consistently turning you inside and out between the ears and on the field.
Here he is again. Busquets back to Yedlin.
Just watch Busquets tactically move every single player around the field, with the ball, without the ball. I thought his former manager had the best quote ever. Del Bosque said, when you watch the whole game, you don't see Busquets. But when you watch Busquets, you see the whole game. Just a tactical genius. And yes, he's going to be tested. 35 years old. Does he have the legs in a league like this that's physical? But between the ears, he's 4 or 5 steps ahead of everyone else.
He leaves it for Messi. Robbie Robinson. Robinson serving it in. Joseph crashing. Not clear yet, and then sent away. Sergio Busquets has spent his entire previous career with Barcelona. 32 trophies, over 700 games played. The legendary club, and now joining his good friend and longtime former teammate in Miami. Charlie Rodriguez held off by Miller. Described Lionel Messi as a little water bug. His nickname is the Flea. Similar concepts. More than 550 games played together, those two. Lionel Messi and Sergio Busquets in their professional, their senior careers. And a lot more coming here in Miami. Busquets into Messi. Messi! It was blocked. on tune-up. Escobar making a big run forward. Escobar behind Robinson. Moises can't handle it. Kamal Miller has gone down for Miami. Man, stars. Like, we just keep cutting to the stands, and you can see all stars. Sergio Aguero is here. Already saw Serena Williams, Kim Kardashian, LeBron James.
Maxi Rodriguez was literally standing in Maurice Adu's back pocket throughout the entire pregame.
Mark Anthony. Man. So Kamal Miller looks like he's going to have to come off. Christopher McVeigh and Edison Azcona getting ready to enter for Miami. These will be it'll actually just be McVeigh. Azcona was ready to come on. They do only have one more change. So what was going to be the 19-year-old Azcona will now be McVeigh, presumably because Miller is going to have to come out. So McVeigh for Miller. 26-year-old Swede Christopher McVeigh. He started the first 7 matches for Inter Miami at center back before they traded for Kamal Miller, and since then it has been mostly Miller. McVeigh does have 12 starts on the season so far.
But throughout that substitute, Tata Martino was having a long, lengthy conversation with Robbie Robinson. The concern right now is fitness for Robbie Robinson. He's got to put in a little bit more work on the defensive side of things as the game has opened up when they lose possession in the attacking third. You're not going to get a ton from Messi and Josef Martinez in defending, so Robbie Robinson's got to dig in here.
Rivero. Castaño back to Rivero. Rivero cutting inside. Jesus Dueñas. Rivero. Pretty wild attempt by Juan Escobar.
It was, but how good was that from Noah Allen? I mean, listen, that's back post defending the plays in front of you. The 19-year-old really showing himself in good light coming into this game after the injury to Frey.
Started tonight on the bench. Certainly would not have expected to come on when he did in the first half. Busquets. Messi. Yedlin floats it in. Allen is arriving. Dealt with by Escobar only as far as Taylor. Oh, he scored one very nice goal today. Tries a spectacular and sends it over.
I mean, look at Messi. Look at the conversation with Messi and Yedlin right now. The conversation is when that ball's played in, see, DeAndre Yedlin saw Josef Martinez, but what Lionel Messi's telling him, it's often the next layer, the second or the third runner coming in behind. Yedlin's gotten himself into some really good spots. I think Josef Martinez, if he's committed a little bit sooner to the near post, that second ball into Messi coming in as that second or third runner becomes more apparent to DeAndre Yedlin.
1-1 in the 77th minute. Reminder, if it's level, it will go to penalties. There will be a winner tonight. Good ball driven in. Callender able to hold. Distributes quickly to Busquets. Carries forward. Messi. Oh, what a ball. Martinez. Coutinho off his line. Martinez is around him, but nobody there. Callender pushing it over, conceding the corner as Cruz Azul continues to look to spoil this night.
Yeah, but look at this space now. So now you get Messi into a great amount of space, but time, no pressure on that. Textbook run from Joseph Martinez. But it's the tire legs from Robbie Robinson. He doesn't get inside the 18. And again, Drake Callender tested from distance. The ball knuckling. Had to be sure to touch it over.
Cruz Azul will make 2 more changes, their final 2, because it's their final substitution window. Charlie Rodriguez comes off, Moises comes off, Christian Tabo comes on, as does Augusto Loti. Yedlin, or rather Martinez, the defensive header. Loti, the other Argentinian on Cruz Azul. Between him and Rotundi, they said this week, we deserve Messi's kit after this. We'll see who gets it. Dueñas. Rotundi at the byline, and McVeigh intervening. Rather Kristoff. Still there maybe for Cruz Azul. Clipped in, headed away by Busquets.
It is there. I think Joseph Martinez needs to be a little bit deeper so there is an outlet as Inter Miami's under this bit of pressure. Allow Messi sure to be the free release out there, but right now it's both Joseph Martinez and Messi. It's almost as if Inter Miami's playing, right? They're playing with 9 players behind the ball, right? So it does give you a release, but Cruz Azul is being very tactical when they have the ball at their feet, not allowing Messi or Martinez even to be a release when they lose the ball.
This is good from Cruz Azul, and then maybe a letdown there at the end. Again, in that kind of pocket, 40 yards, 30 yards from goal, there is no pressure on Cruz Azul. They do go all the way back to Salcedo. Kristoff sends it away. Castagna will collect. Dueñas. Rivero with time, drives it in. Kristoff concedes the corner. Now the corner for Cruz Azul. Rotundi to serve. Again, it's Joseph Martinez, the defensive header. Flipped back to Rotundi. Rotundi to the back post, just over. Escobar crashing. Antuna. Oh, so good to get through Robinson. Robinson does enough to help Miami win it back. And then Taylor is fouled.
I mean, Taylor's putting in a shift. He's played 3 positions tonight.
I mean, is this ultimately the conundrum for Inter Miami? Is with Messi and Joseph Martinez on the field together, particularly how you set this team up defensively. Cruz Azul looks very comfortable these past 15 or so.
Yeah, but I'm not going to judge it right now.
Right.
Ask me that question at the end of August, early September, when there's legs underneath Messi, there's legs underneath Busquets, Jordi Alba's here, Gregory's here. Tonight, yeah, absolutely. Messi's got to play himself into fitness, and so does Busquets. But it is a question mark for Joseph Martinez because it's not the same player that he was a couple years ago.
Lotti gets around Kristoff. Lotti saved by Callender. Drake Callender has had a real nice night tonight.
He has, and unfortunately for him, he's going to raise his hand after the game and say he probably should have stopped Antuna's goal that was driven with pace from right at him. But other than that, Callender's come up with 2 or 3 big saves to give Miami a chance.
Messi in the midfield, out to Robinson. Robinson, a step over, back to Messi. Immediately closed down, still on it. Busquets clips it back in towards Messi. Messi goes down. Said Martinez, the referee, very experienced, wags the finger, says no, no.
I mean, you could feel Messi come from a deep line position. The idea from Busquets was to float it in. Escobar leaving his run, leaving Robbie Robinson. Is it clear and obvious? For me, no chance.
Again, there's video review in Leagues Cup. Luis Enrique Santander is the video assistant referee today. Check complete, though. No clear and obvious error. Not to award the penalty. 7 minutes before stoppage time. And then a potential penalty shootout. But here comes Cruz Azul. They are up for it, looking for a late winner. From distance over again. From Christian Tabo.
I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? I mean, how many times has Cruz Azul found themselves into space, into transitional moments where all it takes is a little bit of quality and they're up 2-1.
They've taken now 15 shots tonight. They forced 6 saves out of Drake Callender. Messi in the midfield with a ball to Martinez. Leaves for Busquets. Noah Allen now. Busquets. Taylor. Arroyo. Sergio Busquets into Messi. Flag is down and it's blocked. And the flag has stayed down. It is a corner.
How about that ball from Busquets? Eyes on the back of his head. Not a single player on the field saw that space other than Lionel Messi. How good of a ball is this? Watch Busquets just clip it inside for Messi on the half turn.
Allen to the back post. Well defended by Escobar to keep that from being a corner as well. Arroyo now. Yedlin floating it. Easily dealt with by Guerrero. Not clear though. Now flicked down by Antuna. Allen from distance. Noah Allen. He had Lionel Messi calling for the ball about 5 yards away.
Yeah, but why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Whether Messi's on the field or not, he's going to do the exact same thing. I have zero problem with that. But that ball from Busquets was ridiculous. They were in possession. A line of 5 Cruz Azul defenders sitting on top of the 18. And just a little dinked clip ball that allows Messi to have the half a turn. What a fantastic player Busquets is. Remarkable.
Jordi Alba will join Miami in the upcoming days or weeks as well. Just became a father recently, so his debut will wait a little bit longer than Busquets and Messi's. Messi trying to get behind. Messi is in, the flag is down. Messi, oh, cutting it back to Joseph, who taps it in, and now the flag does come up. The delayed offside flag, as is the protocol, but it did seem Lionel Messi had drifted well offside.
But these are the spaces that Messi's going to operate. He's offside by a mile. But just constantly floating into that space where neither the center back or the fullback on that side is completely sure they should follow that. So now it's an unbelievable opportunity for Joseph Martinez to run off of that.
Maybe an opportunity here for Cruz Azul. Christian Tabo. Oh, Calendar again! What a save, denying Tabo his 7th of the night and his best. Busquets, Messi's got a ton of space. Messi around one and another. Toying with Cruz Azul wide to Yedlin. Busquets. Messi. Robert Taylor. Lionel Messi. Busquets. Arroyo. Taylor. Robinson. Busquets finds Messi. Messi slides it to Martinez. Back to Messi. Oh, what a save by Coutinho.
Well, I think the flag was up. He was in an offside position, but it's amazing to me how quickly Joseph Martinez has picked up how to play off of Messi. And I'm not saying it's a difficult thing, but you do need to recognize the spaces. Now, Joseph Martinez is in offside position, but neither center back from Cruz Azul had any idea where Joseph Martinez was. And a little alarming from a Cruz Azul perspective, they've allowed Messi to turn and square up and take them on. He may be playing himself into fitness, but he hasn't lost that first touch, and he hasn't lost the competitive streak.
Coutinho wouldn't have known that Joseph Martinez was offside. Did very well there. The crowd at Drive King Stadium thought that a penalty was given. It was not. It was, of course, the offside flag that had gone up on Martinez. Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. Oh, Lati, still Lati, cuts it back and over by Tabo, the substitutes. Almost combining for a late winner.
I mean, the two second-half substitutes from Cruz Azul have put on a show. Lati and Tabo running circles around this back line of Inter Miami. If not for Drake Callender, this game would have been over.
Minimum 2 minutes left in the 90 before we would go to penalties if it's still 1-1. Reminder, there are no draws in Leagues Cup. Level after 90, each team gets a point. The winner of a penalty shootout gets an extra point. Cruz Azul, though, want all three. Left for Castaño. Tried to get it to Antuna. Allen stepped up to send it forward. Joseph Martinez was offside, so we let it go. Antuna made its way through dangerously. Yedlin able to get it clear. Can Miami create one opportunity late? Robinson was fouled. Yellow card will be shown to Jesus Duenas, just the second of the night. Will he have an opportunity before the end, Lionel Messi? Or will he step to the penalty spot? Messi tries to get it to Yedlin. Oh, still Messi. Now it is Yedlin. Can Miami find a winner late? Oh, Messi tried the back heel. Makes it to Busquets. Noah Allen. Joseph Martinez. Into Messi. Immediately closed down. Free kick given. Here we go.
Salcedo's arguing that he didn't touch him. Messi showing him the blood on his lip. But he ran into it. What a spot. What a moment to introduce Inter Miami Major League Soccer to the global world here.
It's all set up for him on his Inter Miami debut in front of over 22,000. In front of LeBron James, Serena Williams, Kim Kardashian. And Messi provide another magical moment in what is the greatest career in the history of this sport. Here it is. Messi! Could it have been any other way? Magnificent! From a movie, as you would write it, remarkable. Lionel Messi on his debut, a moment that will live forever. A winner at the death for Inter Miami. 2-1 over Cruz Azul. It is Messi's moment. It is Messi's night.
Más información sobre el torneo de los resultados visita leaguescup.com.
Absolutely remarkable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Major League Soccer Liga MX and the Leagues Cup Tournament organizing.
You wouldn't doubt it. A man who has done everything in his career has stepped up pretty much at every moment in his career. I don't think he can believe it. He made this happen. It starts with him 16 years ago, debuting for the LA Galaxy.
So I can say English.
Inter Miami to Major League Soccer, laying down the groundwork to sign Lionel Messi. Huh. What a moment for them. What a moment for Miami. What a moment for Major League Soccer and soccer in North America. The GOAT is here.
Just coming off of winning the World Cup, there was so much pressure on Lionel Messi to deliver the big one the way Diego Maradona did. And yet it is remarkable that every single time he steps on the field with the world on his shoulders, the pressure of countries on his shoulders, to deliver moments like that. Sometimes you got to pinch yourself and tell yourself that this is real life, because somebody wrote a script, and whoever wrote that script tonight should take a bow.
It's what the great ones do, isn't it? It's how you define, I think, greatness and the greatest of all time. In those moments, nobody else steps up better than this man.
But he's always delivered.
Yep.
Jake, I was in the building 2014 World Cup when they lost the World Cup final. But you look at the 7 goals he scored in this World Cup. In his career, 13 goals, 8 assists in World Cup games. That's more than any other player. So the bigger moment, the bigger stage, he's got a smile on his face, running to his kids on the sideline in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, celebrating a game-ending, game-winning free kick goal on his Inter Miami debut.
What a moment. What a night.
Okay, we're missing this.
Can I do one with you and me?
I get one question with him.
A night that we thought would change soccer in America, soccer in North America.
Yes.
It ended. What he did, what he did. We're in a new era.
But the elation on his face to run all the way across the field, to run to the suite where his kids are. The night of the unveiling, we saw one of his kids nutmeg him. There's just a contagious energy that if this is your idol and this is your GOAT, he makes you and inspires you to not only be better, but to have fun doing so. That smile on his face, the hug with his 3 kids and his family, I got goosebumps, because for the next 50 years of my life, I'm gonna tell everyone and everyone I was in the building.
I think there's probably like 1 million South Floridians that will tell people the same. There were over 22,000 here at Drive-In Stadium. Tickets went for in the hundreds, in the thousands. I don't think there's anybody that's going to leave here saying it wasn't worth it. Messi is here. Made the choice to join David Beckham's Inter Miami. You can see it on David Beckham's face right now. It's like he still can't believe it.
First off, there are very few players that took a free kick better than that man right there in the suit and tie.
Yeah.
And yet he'll be the first person, if he was given a microphone, would say, except for the number 10 from Argentina. LeBron James, Serena Williams, all GOATs in their own respect.
Yep.
Just witness the greatest of all time in this sport, the world sport, yet it happened in South Florida. Somebody pinch me.
Mark it down. Mark down tonight. We may not know the full impact for years, for decades. I mean, it's not this moment tonight. It's what Lionel Messi brings to the United States, brings to North America, brings to Miami. And he is now live on the pitch with our Katie with him.
Leo, congratulations. I don't think we could have scripted any better. Take me back through what this moment was like for you and what you saw before that free kick.
¿Cómo fue ese momento para ti? ¿Qué fue lo que viste en ese tiro libre?
Bueno, vi el arco, ¿no? Intentar de convertir, sabía que era la última jugada. Esperaba poder convertir para no ir a los penales y terminar ganando los 3 puntos, porque para nosotros era un partido muy importante empezar con victoria, porque es un nuevo campeonato y es importante empezar así para la confianza del grupo que llegué viene trabajando muy bien.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Sí, bueno, what I saw was the goal. I saw the goal. I knew that I had to score. It was the last play of the game, and I wanted to score. So we didn't go to penalties. So it was very important for us to get this win because a new tournament is going to give us confidence moving forward.
Appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Jake?
Now, there might be 100,000 people that say they were here. Those with the selfies, they can prove it. And what a moment. Jorge Mas, David Beckham, Lionel Messi, Jose Mas. They would not have asked for anything more. They could not have asked for anything more than what happened tonight. Back downstairs, David Beckham is with Katie with him.
I was just saying to David, I don't think we could have actually scripted this one to play out any better. What was going through your mind as the final minutes ticked out and the ball went in the back of the net?
To be honest, as soon as I saw the free kick given, I thought, this is the way it's meant to end. Especially when you've got players like Leo and Sergio on the pitch. You know, that's what they produce. And it's so exciting tonight for our fans. You know, all of these people that have come down here to see Leo just step onto the pitch, let alone just do what he's done. You know, and obviously Sergio's performance was incredible. But, you know, it's a dream come true for everybody in this stadium to see, and everybody around this country to see Leo step into the MLS and perform. And I don't have many words for that, so.
So listen, you have been through it all as a player. You've seen it all. You're now viewing it through the owner's lens. I saw you on the sideline, edge of your seat, taking it all in. Are you viewing it as a former player or a coach? What is it like for you sitting and watching these moments play out?
It's terrible watching these games. It's so, you know, as an ex-player, you get frustrated. As a player, you can do something about it if you're losing, or when you're an owner, you can't. But tonight is about the people. It's about this. You know, this is what we always saw as our vision, me and Jorge and Jose and the club. This is what we saw. So this is such a special night for us, for our families, for everyone that's in this stadium, for you guys. It is such a moment for this country. It's such a moment for this league. And it's a very proud moment for us.
Terrible, but it's also wonderful. David, appreciate the time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a moment. Here is that moment. Once again, Lionel Messi at the death, winning it for Inter Miami.
And we're going to give you every single look we got here. to get it up over the wall. Godinho just left hanging, left picking this one out of the back of the net. The Wall doing anything and everything they can. 5 guys standing up, jumping, trying to be bigger. Player underneath to stop that, but the quality, the precision, the pace. That man is left. How many goalkeepers diving, begging for their lives, and yet getting up, having to pick the ball out of the back of the net in the 91st minute, as if someone in Hollywood wrote the script. It started with Bend It Like Beckham. It's ended with Bend It Like Leo. And these kids are gonna have the time of their lives in South Florida, watching their dad pull off stunts like that, leading to a fireworks show in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that I will remind my cousins, my uncles, and my family that live down there. There just may be a fireworks show every Saturday night until the end of December.
The hottest ticket in one of the hottest towns in North America is Inter Miami. The moment that we were waiting for. And it comes tonight in a sold-out drive-in stadium. I can't believe this many people are leaving still this early. You just want to sit and soak it. Incredible scenes tonight in Inter Miami. Lionel Messi providing the moment that everybody, I think, expected.
Stop. Are you really going to do that?
You didn't expect it? You didn't expect him to score a wonderful goal tonight?
I thought he was going to play 8 minutes. He played 40-plus minutes.
40-plus minutes. He scored 800 goals in his career, and he's the GOAT. This is what GOATs do.
They do, but not after 10 days of coming off of vacation. He defies the odds time and time again.
Well, in Leagues Cup, after every match, this is something new we're going to do. There's no doubt about it this time. This is the man of the match, presented by Geico.
It's not Drake Callender?
Made easy. Go to geico.com.
I can't believe it's not Drake Callender. I mean, in all seriousness, he stood on his head. He allowed Lionel Messi to steal the game at the end. What a remarkable time it's going to be here in Miami.
He was the leader in the clubhouse, so to speak, after about 92 minutes. Sorry, though, that last minute gives it to Lionel Messi. What a night in Miami. We're not going anywhere. We'll be back after a short break with more. After Messi's magical moment, Miami 2, Cruz Azul 1.